Hi everybody, my name is Rockpaul. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, Rockpaul Data and Digital Lab. In today's video, we'll be analyzing a traffic revenue. This is a data from Udemy, and we want to analyze the traffic source. So we want to know how we generated our revenue from, and we want to also know the months that give us the best revenue. So join me as we ride together in building this simple and a wonderful, beautiful dashboard. You will learn a lot from this dashboard. We are going to build the same thing like this, and we are going to start from the scratch, so you know how it was being done. Then the first thing we are going to do is let's go to our computer. If you already have a Power BI desktop on your system, just go to your program, just look for Power BI. And once you are able to do that, the next thing we wait for it to come up, and we can easily close this because we don't really need it again. So we are waiting for our Power BI to load. So once it loads, we are going to start everything afresh. So if this is your first time in my YouTube channel, please subscribe, stay tuned, as you are going to enjoy a lot from this channel. The first thing we are going to do is we have select a data source or start with a blank report. So we have a blank report, we have a data source. This is one of those data sources. We have one lake data hub, we have a Excel workbook, we have SQL server, we have learn with a sample data. I've said it, probably you don't have any data available and you would like to probably learn something from Power BI, you can learn with the sample data. So when you click here, you get the sample data, or you can actually get your data from other sources, and probably you want to learn new things from Power BI. You can easily come here, what is Power BI, and learn what is Power BI. If you are looking at those things, these are the dashboard have built in the past, so many of them. So we are not going to that. So what we are going to do now, we are going to click on the blank. Click on the blank. We have add data to your report. This is our data panel. This is where we are going to be visualizing our data. This is where we are going to be analyzing our data. But the first thing is, before we start visualizing our data, before we start analyzing our data, because we have what is called report view. So this is our report view. This is where the report, the chart, the everything is going to be. And this is our table view. Once you upload your data, your table is going to be available here, and here is our model view. So this is where we talk about relationship and every other things, but we are not going to that for now. We want to import our data. If your data is in Excel format, you can easily upload it from here. If your data is from SQL server, you can do that from here. You can as well paste a data into a blank table, or you use the sample data, as I've said before. But for those people that are new, we are going to get a data from another source. Peradventure you don't have any of this available for your data, so we go to from another data source. So we have all the data sources that you might think of here. So you can, what you just have to do is search for your data source and you just connect. But in our home case, you can also as well go to file. From your file, you can see everything you want. So in my own case, we have it in Excel workbook. So we connect immediately. So what we do is we click connect. So it takes us to where we save our data. My own data, it saves in my download folder. So Udemy says we click on it and we upload it. Now, in one of those videos I did, I told you that it is always advisable to transform your data before you finally load your data to the data panel here. So even though your data is clean, try to transform your data first. So the first one we did, the data was not clean, we transformed it. This is a second one, so we are going to click. This is our Udemy sales data. We are going to click on this data, so we are going to preview our data. So this is our data. We have this data well cleaned. Despite this data is cleaned, I will still advise you, if you load your data directly, it brings you to data panel, which is called where you visualize and analyze your data. But I always advise you to transform your data. So we are going to click on transform. You might say, oh, my data is clean, but still, let's go through transform. When we go through transform, what we have is, it takes us to Power Query Editor. So this is our Power Query Editor, as you can see, Power Query Editor. So it brings us to our Power Query Editor where we clean our data, we do some adjustment, we check everything you want to do about your data cleaning. It's always good to transform it in the Power Query Editor. So these are the steps apply. So we can always change whatever we have done here. So probably you want to rename your data. Probably we don't want to make it Udemy data. Probably we want to make it just a sales traffic. Probably let's change it to a sales traffic. So we want to change it to a sales traffic. Probably sales data traffic. Probably put it that way, sales data traffic. So this is where you can rename your data. And you can as well rename your data here when you click and right click. So you can as well do it here. So we have already renamed our data. We have sales data traffic. So that is the name we are going to put on our dashboard. Now we are going to check everything, if everything is perfectly okay. Our website unique visitors is, we can see this is a data. So we have decimal, we have old number. So this is old number, so everything is correct. Our YouTube subscribers, they are also old number, so that is good. We don't have a decimal number. Our student is also old number, so we have our revenue. Our revenue is as well old number, but I think it's always good for the revenue to be decimal. Let the revenue be decimal, so we are going to change this, our revenue, let's change it to a decimal because it's going to be, replace current. Let it replace the current one. So we have it in a decimal format. Or the one thing also we can do is, okay, we can leave it like that, then we change the currency later. Our refund also is in a number, 38 euro, 27 euro, 49 euro, 32 euro. It depends on the currency we want to use. So we can leave that in a whole number. Order is also whole number. Then our hard program is also whole number. Our promotion, my promotion is also in whole number. Then we have our organic, everything I think is whole number. Then we have our dates. So so we have our dates in the right format. Our student purchase, also the student purchase, should it be the whole number? I think probably we should put the student purchase in, let's put it in decimal. We can put that in decimal. So let's try to put it in decimal. You might think that everything is correct. I mean, your data is well clean, but we still have some adjustments. So we have our dates, so our data is in the right format. So everything is perfectly good. I also said this, please, once you upload your video, your data, go to view, click on column quality to check if everything is 100% correct. As you can see, we have 100% valid. So this will give you an insight into your data for you to know how clean your data is. So we have error 0%, so we have empty 0%, so we have a valid data 100%. So you can just come back here and uncheck, then go back home. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to close and apply. So for us to go back to our data panel, so load your data will appear in the data panel. So we are having our data in our data panel, so we are just waiting for the data to load. And once the data is loaded, then we begin our activities immediately. Now, another thing is I'm going to tell you is this: always try to structure how you want your visualization to look like. In my own case, it's because I've already built this dashboard and I just want to rebuild it. So I'm going to be following the step of this. So that means I've already have this being structured out, how it should look like, what they expected in the dashboard. So in your own case, just try. You might use a pen, you might use a PowerPoint, try to structure out what is being expected to see in the dashboard. So we come back here. So we have our data already here. So we have our sales data traffic. The second thing we are going to do is we are going to save our data. Please let's save as. It depends on where you want to save your data is, and also try to save from time to time. We have our sales data traffic. So we have our sales data traffic. So we save our sales data traffic, and okay, everything's here. Sales data traffic. So here we have to make it. Should we make it revenue traffic? Let's just put this one revenue traffic. So enter. So we have this done already. So the next thing we are going to do is come here. You have to go to click on enter data. So we are going to be creating some error. So here we are going to just name it our, instead of table, we are going to name it our mayors. So that is just what we have to do. Just click load. So once that is done, then we begin to create our mail. We only need 4 KPIs. We need revenue, we need student, we need subscriber, and we need unique visitors. So let's check. This is just 4 KPI that we need. We need just 4 KPIs. We need revenue, we need student, we need subscriber, and we need unique visitors. So these are just the 4 KPIs that we need. So we have our measure here already at the top. That is good. So the next thing you do is you come here, you click new measure. Look at the 3 dots. Please, you have to click on the 3 dots. You can see the 3 dots is appearing here. So you click from the 3 dots. So we have our measure here. So I'm going to control and I'm going to zoom it out for you to see exactly what I'm about to do. So the first thing is we need our revenue. So we are going to make it just revenue. So we don't have to make it probably total revenue. We just have to make it revenue. So we have revenue is equal to sum. So we have our sum of revenue. So let's look for our revenue here. So we have sales data revenue. So we have our revenue. We click on it. So and let's see if everything is perfectly okay. We have our revenue. I want us to check some things out from it. So we have it here already. Let's see what we need to do. So we have 31,000.29. Let's go back there and let's see. Okay, we have auto Then let's change it to euro. We want to apply currency, so we are using euro in it. So we have 29,000, 31,000, 29. So that is perfectly okay. So we can click enter again. So we can exit from here. So we don't this, we can leave it there. We come back to it later. So we come back to our student. We want the number of our student son. So we click here. We have a new menu as well. So new menu, some Udemy students data. Now, before we do that, we have total student of 2,230. So here, I think we don't need here, please. So let's click out of here. We can actually remove this. Let's remove this. We don't want this. So let's come back to our new mail. So we have a new mail here, and let's have it students. We have just students. In this, I'm going to use some. I'm not going to use can't. Okay, we can just make this a placeholder. So we make it some. Before making it some, I just want to see what we actually have there. Student. We just have some of our students. We have student traffic. Yeah, because we have student purchase as well. Let me see, can we adjust this? So we have student purchase. So we are not going for student purchase. We only need the student. So we click enter. Then before then, let's make a card here. Click on the card, and let's see, and let's put just a student. We want to see. We have 2,437. So I think we're on the right track. So we have what we are doing is right. So we have the sum of the students. So the next thing we want is subscriber. We want the subscriber. So you come back here again, you click, just look at these three dots. You click these three dots, you click new. So once you click new, again, we want this total subscriber that we want. So we want our total subscribers. So we have our subscribers equal to the sum of our subscriber. So we have it to be, where is our subscribers? So YouTube subscribers. So we have everything to be here. So the next thing is just unique visitor. So that means we have different visitors, but in this case we just need our unique visitor. So let's see, how should we use, let's make it a table. Let's change it to a table. So, and in this we want to see our unique website unique visitor. So website unique visitor is just a number. So we have 3,000 or 37,028. So we can remove it. So we are using some for that as well. So unique visitors, because already is a number, as you can see. So we come back here, 1, 2, 3. We make the fourth one, new mail, and we are going to have our unique visitor. Just make it website unique visitor, website unique visitor, unique website unique visitor. Website unique visitor. So do we have S at the back? So that's website unique visitor. So we have it. So it's got to sum as well. We are summing all. We are not counting. So we have sum of website unique visitor. So we have our, let's do it this way, website unique visitors, then we'll close it, then we'll click enter. So we are done with creating our mail. So that is done. Then so we can as well close this. So if we have anything to adjust here, we can easily come here to click on it. So we want to remove this column. We don't actually need this column, so we are going to remove delete from the model. So we delete that, so it's gone. So we have everything completely now. So the next thing we are going to do is our filter. When you check it very well, we have our filter from here, and we are going to use the month for our filter. So what we are going to do, we click on the filter here, so you can drag it as big as you want. The background color, we can always apply the background color anytime, but I'm just going to make this as simple as we should be. Okay, probably before then, let's put our background color, come to here, format. You have to go to canvas background. Let's go to canvas background and let's check which of the something we use. Let's take something like this, white, 10% darker, I think. Let's see if we can just adjust it a bit, 10% darker. Or probably we come back, we pick the second one. Let's pick the second one. The second one should be, I think, better. So no, it's too dark. Let's probably make it about, let's just make it 100%. Let's I think something of this nature should be good. Let's leave it that way. When you need to adjust it, we adjust it. So we come to our filter. So what we need to put is just, we are going to rename this month. We are going to make it a date. Just rename it and put it a date, not month. Let's make it date. Click enter. So as you can see, in our date we have what we call, I think it's still trying to work. Okay, we have a date now. In our date we have date hierarchy. So we have year, so we have quarter, we have month, we have day. So what we need is just our months. We want the month, and let's see. Okay, this is the month. We don't want a, this is a drop down, so we don't want a drop down. So let's go to format and let's go to slicer settings, style. This is vertical. This is vertical. So vertical list, drop down. Let's see vertical list. Or are we using a vertical list already? Let's go down again, select Montiel, slicer header, we can leave that one, slicer settings, we have this in our, let me see, drop down. So this is going to be a drop down list. And how do we have this done? We have to check again. So let's come here, let's click format. Let's click on this, let's click on format and see what we did there especially. And let's see if prevention will use a different, so style. we use title. So the style option we use is title. So we come back here and let's see our style. Let's go back to style. So we don't, okay, we have our title. No. Why are we having it this way? We have our title. This is the style. I think that's the only thing available here. You know, they keep on changing things. Let's come back here. Let's check once again what we have. Format. Go to format. We have style. We have option. We have title. We have verticalist. We have title. We have drop down. So here as well we have title. We don't need this. Close it. Let's collapse this and we have January, February, March, April. We have title. We have verticalist. We have drop down. We have title. These are the only thing we have. I've already choose title. So let's collapse this. We can collapse this, so we don't need it. So let's collapse this. Let's collapse this. So no, we have to change some things here. I think we have to change the background. Let's come back here. We don't want the background, so we have to change the background. Do we need? Let's remove the header. It's like we don't. We'll just remove the header. Let's come back here. Title. Everything is off. Slicer heading. So we have a title selection. We have select motif. So let's come back to settings. Let's on the slicer heading and let's come back to, so the text is month. We still need the background pending. Let's see, the background is off already. Pending icon, let's keep that on off. So I think we always come back to reset our style background. We don't want the background, we remove it. Should we have a, we don't have a border, so we need a shadow. So I want us to put a shadow bottom right. So let's put the shadow bottom and let's see if we are having a unique something here. So we can close this. So we are having, we come back to arrange this. So like this. So we have our month already. So this is the first thing we are going to do. So should we reduce it a bit? I think it's a bit too big. Yeah, let's just make it, I think this is, so this is our month filter. I think we just have to do it a bit here. January, February, March, April, December. So we have done. So we have this done already. So this is done. You can always adjust it. Probably is might look too big for you. So just try to adjust this. So the next thing we are going to do. So we have this. No, so when you hover it, it changes. When you hover it, it changes. When you hover it, it changes. So the next thing we are going to do, we can always come back here for the settings. So the next thing we are going to do is our KPIs, revenue, student, subscriber, and unique visitors. So the first thing we have pick, let's go to our card here. We pick our card, then we reduce the size of the card, and we come to our revenue. We have, this is our revenue. So we go to format as well because we are going to format everything. So categorical label, so we can leave that. So let's go to style and let's go to, we are removing the background. We don't need the background, but we need the shadow. The shadow is off. Let's put in the shadow and let's make it a bottom, just a bottom. So I think, and what I want us to use is the color is okay. Let's check the text. Let's come back here. The title is okay. We don't have the title. Colored value. Let's go to the colored value. I don't want to use the then. I always like to use this. So it will be more bold. So we have this, and we have to reduce this to maybe like 20. Let's make it like 25. Should be better. 25. So we can always adjust it. Adjust it a bit. Adjust it to what suits best. So we have our number, so we don't have to adjust anything there. We can as well remove this and write it over here, but we're not going to do that today. So we have, let me see, do we have a border? We don't have a border in it, so let's reduce it a bit. I think it's a bit big. So we have it here, so we can just, so the next thing we do is we copy, click on it, copy and paste. So once you copy and paste, the next thing we have is we are going to our student. So remove from here, then put student. We have our student, and in our student, I think we have to put, let's try to put a comma there. Come to our student, let's just use a comma there, and to make it 2,437. So that is perfectly okay. So what next is we copy and we paste. Copy and paste, then remove the student and make it the subscribers. So we have this as our subscribers, and our subscriber also we have to add a comma to it as well. So we have that one done. Then the next thing is we copy and we paste as well. Copy and paste. So we have, the next thing is we have our unique visitor. So we have our unique visitors, 37,000 is website unique visitors. So we are done with that. Everything is perfect here. So let's check the whole one. So we have that one done. Then the next thing is we want our traffic source. So we want to visualize our traffic source. So let's go to, in our traffic source, we are going to use a donut chart. We are using donut chart for our traffic source. So what do we have in our traffic source? We only have YouTube. I think our traffic source, they are just organic, websites, and the YouTube. These are the traffic source. So these are the traffic source. So we have them here. The next thing we do is we format. We format our table. First of all, let's remove the background. Already we don't want the background included. Let's just do it once and for us. Once we have seen the shadow, let's just apply the shadow and let's make it bottom. The shadow bottom. And the next thing we are going to do is let's go to title. Let's remove the title. We don't want the title. We don't want the legend. Let's remove them. We don't want them. Then we only have this. So let's go back to data label option. or inside no. Let's see, we want category percent of data. So this is exactly what we want. So we want sum of website unique visitors 58%. We only need the percentage because when you hover it, it gives you the actual number. So sum of, this is what we need. Exactly. So what should we do next? So looked at the former one, we have our traffic source as our title. So we want to draw this a bit to make it a bit longer, and we will come here. So the sum, we don't want the sum. Just click here, rename. Just when you are renaming, we want to remove everything that carries sum. So we don't want sum of. So remove sum of, enter, and let's see what it gives. So we just need, let's see. So we only have Udemy organic. So let's go to unique website rename as well. So we want to remove everything. So we don't want some, just remove it. So we have, so do we have it? So we enter, so for it to save. So we have unique visitor, website unique visitor. So the next thing is our YouTube. So the YouTube also rename as well. So we don't want a subscriber, so we just want YouTube, enter. So that is what we just want to do. So we have those one perfectly okay. Let's click out of it. You see, when you over it, it gives you the actual figure. When you over it, it gives you the actual figure. When you over it, it gives you the actual figure. I think it's remaining one. We just have to apply one more. So let's click on it. We have one more, which is our promotion, I think. Let's see. Let's check this. This is, let's see. This should be the promotion if I'm not mistaken. So we have the promotion. Let's click out of it. So we organic YouTube, then we have add program. So I need to remain one. So let's go back here and let's add the add program. These are the traffic source. So we have the add program already and some of add program. Let's rename it as well. So we have the add program. So because that's our program is just 3%, so that is why the figure is not really showing. So we have everything completely, so we can collapse it. So we have our hard program 3.04%. so we come here, just click on the test box. I think we are clicking on it 2 times. So we have to name it traffic source. We are having it as this traffic source. So let's just reduce it a bit. Traffic source. Should we make it? I think that is good. We don't want it more than. Let's make it 12. 12 and see. Let's see. 12. So traffic source, and we want to format it as well. So we don't want the background. Remove the background. So I think if I remove the background, so we remove the background. We are making our traffic source here. So we are picking our title here. This is our traffic source. Let's check it out. And let's see, we have one here already. We can just delete this because remove it, we don't need it. I click it twice. So we have our traffic source. I think probably we should just increase it a bit. 12. Probably we make it a bit 14. Let's make it 14 and let's make it a bit bold. So we are our traffic source here. So one thing we are going to do is this. Let's move it a bit to the side up. Then control and click on this. So you go to, let's go to format. Let's go to group and let's group it together. So when you do that, whenever you move this, it actually moves together without being removed. So don't forget, you have to click on this, control key, click on this, then group them together. So we are done with that already. So the next thing we want to visualize is we are using the heat map. It's the heat map. So that is the next thing we want to visualize. I will not show it again. We will just continue working already so that I won't get you guys bored. So we can put this on here. So the next thing we want. So group already, let's close this. We don't need this, so we can always reduce this a bit. That is good. So we go to our heat map, our tree map. Is it heat map or tree map? I think it should be tree map. Let me see. I think it should be tree map. So we have our tree map here. In our tree map, what should we use? What do we use in our tree map? We use everything, all the stocks. So we use promo, we use order, we use Udemy, we use website, we use YouTube, then we use ad program, everything. So everything, that is what we are going to use. So we format it as well. We format it. So here is just where we got our traffic from. YouTube gave us 4.8%, Udemy gave us 35.45%, and the website gave us 54.6%. This is where the sales really came from. So you see, people that visit the website, hear about the course, people that bought it directly probably from Udemy, from YouTube. This is what we are doing here. So we want to format this. So we go to title. We don't need a title. Let's switch it off, or the title off. I think the next thing we just have to do is, once we've off the title, we don't need a background as well. So let's remove the background and let's go to, let's just on the shadow immediately. Let's put on the shadow and let's put it inside. Other visualization, we are not going to be using shadow. We are going to be using another thing. But for this, we are still using the shadow. So we are still going to arrange everything, so you don't have to bother yourself about the size for now. So what we want to do, sum of, we don't want the sum of. We want everything to be unique. We just want unique visitor, website unique visitor. So we are going to be removing anything sum out of it. So sum of, remove all the sum of, enter. We don't want to include all the sum of. So we are putting everything that we know that might generate the traffic. We are putting them in a heat map, and we are saying sum of order. So the order means where the traffic comes from, so that we don't really know about. Maybe a referral, it might be. So sum of Udemy, we don't want sum of Udemy, so just remove the sum of Udemy, just make it just Udemy. So we don't want sum of YouTube, we just want just the unique name. So we don't want the sum of visitor. No, we want a unique name. So we have just 2 to go. If you like, you can just leave it the way it is, sum of, but just that I don't want the sum of. It doesn't look attractive to me. So we're almost done. So this is the last one remaining. So we just have to make it just add promo. So we promoted hard to get the sales. So everything is perfectly done. So when you overwrite, let's collapse this. So when you overwrite, you can see this is our Udemy organic. This is the website unique visitor. This is ad promo. This is the YouTube. This is ad program. This is order that we don't know where it comes from. So the next thing is we are almost done. The next thing is we are going to rearrange this later. So we are going to visualize our revenue by Udemy, by student, and also refund. So we are using the clustered column chart for that. The clustered column chart, that is what we be using. So we are having this here, and the first thing we are going to pick is we need our revenue. We need to pick our revenue first. Yeah, we are picking the revenue. So the first thing is we click on our revenue. So we have the revenue, then followed by we need the month. We have to pick the month. So after the revenue, let's come to our calendar. We need the month. Then we need the refund. We need the refund. We need the refund. Then we need unique organic. We need Udemy organic. Let's go to Udemy organic. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Just 1, 2, 3. Let's see how we have we picked student. I think we need student as well. So we want the student to be included. No. We try to check if this is correct. So we go back to our first one to see if what we have there is actually correct. Let's see what is there. Let's click on it and let's see what we have. We have our data, and let's see what we did there. So we have our revenue. So let's have our build. So we have our revenue, Udemy student refund. Revenue, Udemy student refund. So that is how it's been arranged. Revenue, student, Udemy refund. So we have revenue, Udemy student, then refund. We have revenue first. We have Udemy second. We have student as third. Then we have refund as the last one. So we got the correct one now. So everything is perfectly correct now. So what should we do? We format it as usual. So we can collapse this. We don't need it. We format this. Let's just do some formatting. Let's go to title. We remove the title. We don't want the title. We are going to talk about the title. Let me see the legend. We'll surely need it, so let's put it back. And let's go to Y and S axis. So we don't need the Y and the S axis. So first of all, the value. Let me see. Do we need it? We need it. So what we don't need is the title. Month. We don't need. So already this is already giving us the month. So you come to the Y axis as well. We don't need the title. And also we don't need the value. We don't need the value from the Y axis. So let's remove the value. So once we hover it gives us what we want. So this is what we want. Then the next thing is we have to remove this and we have to just rename those ones. So we are almost also done from there. So we have our title. Can we put our title on? So we have it. So we have, let me see, what type of title do we have? Revenue, sum of revenue. So we remove it. So we come down to our title as well. We remove that. So let's come down. Legend, let's see. In our legend, let's see the title. We don't want that. We remove it also. Then let's go to, we don't want data label. So let's look for the background. Let's look for the background and let's go to style. Remove the background. We don't want the background. And the shadow, for now, we're still going to use the shadow. We are putting the shadow, but we want it to be bottom. So now it's like everything's almost done, like the original. So what do we have to do next is let's come to our build and we can collapse this. We don't need this. So let's collapse it. And revenue, we have our revenue, sum of Udemy. We don't want the sum of Udemy. So let's just make it just Udemy. So we are making it just Udemy. Then don't forget to click enter, otherwise it will not show. So then we want the sum of student. We need the student, not the sum of students. So we remove the sum of student from it. What we need is just the student. So what next again? We don't need the sum of refund. We just need the refund. So this gives us overall what we've gotten, where we got it. We know we are not using website and YouTube here. We are only dealing with the Udemy. So we are using, let's collapse this as well. We don't need them. This is done already. Okay, there's one thing left here. We have to center it. Let's go to format. Go to format. Always try to make everything as good as you feel. So let's come to the legend. Let's position top right center. Good. So we are done. So while we're doing this, we want to see the revenue for each month, and we want to see where this revenue, which we got 2,187 from Udemy. Then what about the students? We got the student of 187 the month of January. Then how much do we refund back to the student? We want to see how we refund just 49 euros. Do we have a refund? Yes, we only refund 49 euros. So probably that is what we refund back to the student. So we just want to see from Udemy. We want to see the month, the number of students, and how much do we refund back to people that bought the course. And at the end of it all, they say, oh, I don't like this course, and they got their money back. So this is what we just did here. So we can just make it. We are going to arrange everything back. So the last but not the least is revenue by month. We want to see the revenue by month. So in each month, how much revenue have we generated? So we can only do this by using a line chart. So we are, Control Z. Always try to click outside this, otherwise it will change it for you. So we have our line chart, just revenue by month. That is just what we need left. Revenue by month. So we go to our revenue, then we go to the month. Revenue by month. So we want to see which month do we generate more, which month do we generate the rest. At least we can see May, we only have 2,434 euro. Then when we in July, we have 2,942. So what we are going to do here also, we are going to format. We are going to format it. We want everything to look unique. So the title, revenue by month. I think that the title is good. We can just make the title, let's center it. Revenue by month is actually what we want. And what do we have to do? 14% is good. Let's just leave at 14 there. Then the next thing we have to do is let's drop. Let's go to, we don't want the background. We don't want the background, so let's remove the background. And let's just try to put shadow this time around. And yeah, let's make it inside our bottom. I beg your pardon. So the next thing is let's go to x-axis. We actually don't need the month here already. We have know that this is the month, so we don't have to include the month. So x-axis, our window x-axis, let's say the title remove. Good, we don't want it. Every other one, revenue, we don't want the revenue. So this is revenue by month, so we see that revenue month. So let's go to the y-axis and let's remove, is this the title? Good, everything is. Then we have to remove the grid. We don't want the grid. We don't want the grid. So let's remove the grid. I remember the others have forgot to remove the grid. So we don't want the grid. So you can as well remove the grid and you can as well leave the grid if you want. We have not saved. Please try to save. Save your work. Save your work from time to time. If you don't save your work from time to time, you're bound to lose so many things. Probably your system might shut down. Most of the time the system got shut down, so you never can tell when it will happen to you. So we're almost done. Then we come back to home. Then we have our test box. Then we only have one thing left. Traffic revenue. Traffic revenue. Traffic revenue. So we just have to make it, let's make it something like 20. I think it's good. 20 is actually good. We go to format. Let's go to format. We just want to remove the background. That's all. And we don't have to put anything. So let's pick it from here and just let's put it here. Traffic revenue. Let's just move it a bit up. So now the only thing we have left is just for us to arrange everything. So we arrange it to be perfectly okay. Let's we can as well. We don't have to really. So let's arrange this first. I want everything to be in between. So we have this, we have this, we have this, and this should be in the same length. I want them to be on the same length. So what's happening here? I want it to be on the same length. So that is on the same length. We can as well reduce it a bit. Let's just reduce it a bit. So, and we have this also arrange. We have this also. Let's just make it back here. So we have this, just have to move this up, move this up. So we are done with our visualization. So this, we can just move this up. Let's just try to move this up. Everything is perfectly okay. You are welcome to the end of this. Let's click this off and let's save our work again. Thank you for joining me on this ride. My name remains Rockpaul. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and watch out for more visualization from Power BI, more visualization from Microsoft Excel, and even Python. We are building some projects on Python as well. So please look out for that, and thank you for joining this. So my name remains Rockpaul, Data and Digital Lab. See you again. Thank you. Subscribe.